my name is Denise and I am here shipping out some things that sold this weekend. I am going to move into, after I ship these items, a little what on earth is happening with my shoe sales on Posh. I've sold $1,008 in the past week in shoes alone on Poshmark. $1,008. Some of them have been featured in previous videos and some of them you'll see shipped out today. My mind is kind of blown, and here is my theory, okay? We all have that little bit of nostalgia. We used to get shoes for back to school. Personally, I wasn't allowed to wear my shoes that I got for school until the first day of school. They would sit in my closet, they would sit on top of my dresser. I would sneak them on my feet, walk around my bedroom, but I was never allowed to leave my house until the first day of school with any of my new clothes or my new shoes. So I think general nostalgia kicks in. It's the fall. It's almost the fall. School has started here in Colorado. School's starting everywhere around the country. And people are like, yeah, I want new shoes. I want new to me shoes. So I don't know if I've ever had $1,000 of shoes sell in a week, but let me just tell you, I'm here for it. I'm going to do the complete rundown of what people are buying after I ship out this stuff. And I'm also going to go into a quick little offshoot about an item I actually sold on eBay in 5 minutes today. 5 minutes. Something that had been posted for 6 months on Poshmark and didn't get a like. We're going to talk about what Poshmark does, and I call it throttled listing. It's a known thing, and I'm going to tell you all about it so you can beware and maybe find a better marketplace to sell those items that Poshmark throttle from your closet. First up, and I may not ship one of these items on camera because simply for the fact that it's a little wonkadonk. Let me start with it. So I sold this Philosophy Cinnamon Buns. This is shampoo, shower gel, bubble bath, 3-in-1. New with tags. And I call it new with tags because it is factory sealed. What I will do for this is ship it in a box. I'm gonna put bubble wrap around it to protect it, and I'm gonna put it in a Ziploc bag to seal it, and then I'm gonna bubble wrap it. I sold this for $35. I picked up 3 Philosophy 32-ounce 3-in-1s bath shower gels last fall, gosh, around November in Santa Fe, New Mexico for $3.99 each. I sold one already. It was a lemon something. I have this one and I have one more left. So I did really well on the first one, and this one sold for $35. So let's see, after Posh fees, I made $28 and then minus $3.99. So I made $24 on this item. So that's the first thing I'm sending out. Next up, let's send this out. I sold this Nike, it's called the A-Late, A-L-A-T-E, Minimalist Light Support Padded Sports Bra. Now I have a funny story about this light support sports bra. When I created my listing, it says size medium A-B. In the title, it says medium A-B in the select size that I created, and it says medium A-B in the description. I sold this item as a counter offer for $25. I had it in my closet for, I think, $38. I probably offered something like around $30 to the buyer, whatever 15% off is, and she came back with a $25 counter offer. I accepted it. And then last night she messaged me and said, I'm a C cup. I don't know if this is gonna work for me. Can you cancel my order? So I have a few feelings about this. I'm usually pretty accommodating for people. Say they make a mistake, they didn't mean to bid, or whatever may come up for them. So typically I like to be accommodating when someone asks me to cancel an order. Well, I messaged the buyer and I said, I have really good news for you. I am a C cup myself and she was concerned she was a C cup and that it wasn't gonna fit her. And I said, guess what? I'm so excited to share with you that I'm a C cup, so I'm gonna send this out because I think it's gonna fit you. It is actually very accommodating. It is not a small cup, which is hard to tell from photos, and so we agreed that I would ship it out. So it's being shipped out. I do just want to note that it felt like a little bit of a pain point to me that I actually had 3 times in my listing A, B. A, B. 3 times. So a little bit frustrating on my end, but I'm going to let it go because I'm shipping it out. The next items I sold, gosh, I think I'm just going to wrap these well and send them in a padded envelope. Doesn't seem very nice for a pair of fry shoes. Maybe I'm not going to do that. I'm going to send these in a little box. When I say little box, I mean I have different size of these rectangle boxes, and this is the one that I deem to be kind of the lowest profile of them. I know that I can put these shoes inside this box without compromising the integrity of the shoe. They fit in here just fine. I could do it sideways or not sideways. I do like to add these sticker tabs to my seal just to make sure that the item arrives securely. Sometimes I find that the adhesive during different weather changes, I mean, it's still hot, but when it gets cold, I find that sometimes the seals don't work as well. So I just want to protect these. So these are a part of all of my amazing shoe sales. These are a pair of Fry ballet flats, and I sold these for $55. I sold a bundle to the buyer, and this tank top that's going with the shoes, I have tried to sell no less than 10 times, 15 times live, and I've had absolutely no luck selling it. And this buyer happened to create a bundle that included the Lululemon tank top. So in my mind, I actually just threw the tank top in with the purchase of the Fry shoes because a friend of mine passed it along to me, and this buyer had made a bundle, didn't send any offers or anything. I don't have any auto offers set up when you bundle in my closet. I went through and offered some pretty deep discount on bundles that I had noticed that some buyers made, maybe just like 10 bundles, not the whole thing. I didn't send out any auto bundle offers or anything like that, but I was just kind of scrolling and looking at bundles. So I had the Fry shoes in my closet for $75, and I had the tank top in my closet for $15. So that was $90, and I sent her a $55 offer, and she accepted. I think what I'll do, instead of wrapping this in tissue paper, I'm actually just gonna put this in a, oh, I have it back here. Oh, maybe I have one right here. Yeah, I'm just gonna send this in a cellophane or one of my poly bags that I keep my inventory in. And that way I don't have to, I'm just gonna put them in the box like this. Sometimes that happens where my thank you stickers. So I've got some space in this box, and I don't like when there's space because potentially the box could get crushed. So I like to hold on to those air packets that you get when you get packages sometimes from Amazon or other companies. And when you stick the air packet in there, it just helps take up some of that space and helps to also avoid having your package crushed during the shipping process. So overall, I didn't have a ton of sales this weekend, but I had pretty solid sales. So I'm happy with pretty solid sales. What am I shipping out next? Okay, how about these Dancegos? These are called the Maisie Mary Jane clogs in blue. This particular pair of Dancegos, just want to make sure that they write the like how much it's for sale for, usually with the Sharpie on the bottom of the sole at Goodwill now. So I use 100%, it's nail polish remover, but it's kind of the professional level kind. It's like $2.99 at Ulta. And then that takes it off. These actually had like a little bit of marks on the sole of these, the insole of these, but I'm leaving them the way they are. These sold to an offer from the liker for $75. So let's talk Dancegos. You know, not all Dancegos are created the same. They're just not. There are certain styles of Dancegos that are more coveted over other styles. Now, this particular style of Dancego, I'm just cleaning up the heel a little bit. Considering sometimes I find when I sell something for $20 and say, hey, these have a lot of wear, and then I sell something for $75, I certainly want to make sure that I took all the steps I needed to make these look as nice as possible when they arrive. Not that I don't take those steps for a $20 pair, but I usually like to cover my bases a little bit better. So back to these Dancegos. This generation of Dancego was actually made in Italy. I'm trying to decide what kind of box. I think I'm going to send this in a medium box. As I was saying, not all Dancegos are created the same. These Dancegos were made in Italy. The ones that were made in Italy, I find, tend to have a little bit of a... It's always funny to say it, but a little bit of a cult following. If I find a pair of made in Italy Dancegos, and all you have to do is look at what is imprinted on the inside of the clog. I will show you my photograph, but from my listing, but they print on the inside of the clog where the clogs were made. And I find the made in Italy Dancegos people just prefer. And what else did this particular Dancego have going for it? Well, this Dancego looks like the more modern and sought after, like handmade in San Francisco or other brands of European clogs. This styling, the Mary Jane, but it has the comfort of a Dancego. The color too. The color is absolutely stunning. There's another color, I think it's called Stone or Clay. It's a nubuck and people love it. So keep your eyes out for this style of Dancego. Black, red, blue. Those are colors that people love and really look for. I was able to ask, I think I had them in my closet for $88. And I was able to get $75 for them because I recognize the style, the color, made in Italy, all of that combined really levels them up in the hierarchy of Dancego clogs. Black Dancego professionals, gonna be closer, depending on condition, to anywhere from $38 to $55, unless they're brand new, almost with tags, new, no signs of wear on them, right? So that's going to be the general range. I find something like made in Italy, a beautiful blue color, a European looking clog, Mary Jane style. This is the second pair of Mary Jane Dancegos I've sold this week, so Mary Janes are hot right now, and I marked them up $88, even though they had some marks on them and marks on the leather. That's just how I have built out my resale model from experience. Let's see. So I am adding a little bit more padding to this box just to protect you. I have shipped 2 pairs of shoes out of the 14 pairs of shoes I've sold this week. Let's see, $1,008 is $72 average sales price on my shoes. $72, guys. Wow, I am loving that average sales price. After Posh fees, it's $57.60 per pair I am making after Posh fees. The most I paid for any of the shoes that I have sold was $20 for a pair of cowboy boots. So for the most part, I am clearing over $40 per pair on these shoes. I had a person message me on Instagram about selling shoes to resellers and wanting to sell me shoes for $4 to $6 a pair. And I kindly declined because she had things like universal thread shoes on her page. And she said, oh, I don't sell those kinds of shoes to people. Those aren't in the reselling. I'm looking to see if there's dust in these shoes. Nah, just a little bit. So anyway, I kindly passed, but I personally like to source shoes. I feel like selling 14 pairs of shoes this week. I know what I'm looking for. I have gone recently, like maybe almost a month, and didn't sell a pair of shoes. So I am feeling very jazzed about this week's sales of shoes. I'm shipping out right now a pair of Fry Grace. These are Oxford shoes in size 11. Now you guys are gonna be proud of me. I had these in my closet for $88. Someone sent me an offer for $65 and I actually just accepted. I decided that $52 after Posh fees was a great landing spot. Of course I wanted a little bit more. I'm still making $40 after cost of goods on these. So I just accepted that offer and I moved on. And I'm happy that I did because I am just seeing these back-to-back shoe sales like I have never, I don't think ever seen in my Posh closet. Never quite like this. So thanks, back to school. I'm gonna grace back to school with my luck on selling shoes. Wow. It's a little hot. I do have jeans and a sweatshirt on. It was raining and chilly this morning and I went out to breakfast with my daughter. She's still here just for a few more days. So I feel like I'm kind of overdressed and I don't have the door of the garage open at all. Now I mentioned I was gonna put these in this box just because, let me see. Yeah, like a size 11 doesn't fit in a medium box that well. So this box is intended for shoes. It's made for shoes. So all I have to do is take an extra piece or two of this packing paper and stuff it in here to secure the box, like I've secured the other boxes with the pouches. One more pair of shoes to ship out. And then we will be talking about my big eBay sale today. I don't list on eBay, so you guys are gonna have a good laugh on this. I'm gonna have a good laugh on it anyway. I'm just gonna stick a couple of these just to secure this. I don't know. I do feel like post office does a good job handling packages, but it's also partly my responsibility to make sure an order is packaged properly so it doesn't get damaged in shipping. I had to let in some light and possibly some air into the garage. It was just raining, but it stopped, so hopefully there won't be any loud noises. So the next item I sold, I actually sold this morning, and a little thing about these sneakers. So these sneakers are called Flower Mountain. They're a Sherpa sneaker, and this is what the insole looks like. It's actually cork. It comes out, but I'm not going to take it out. These have been sold by Anthropology, Free People. It's a brand from Japan, and to be honest, I was super jazzed when I found these. I know I found them at the old Goodwill, and the Goodwill, the new location near my house, has been open now for, oh my goodness, I want to say almost a year. So I definitely bought these Flower Mountain sneakers a year ago. I had them in my closet for probably, oh my goodness, close to, I mean, the entire time up until 2 weeks ago for $88. And they're a size 5.5. Okay, so a little something about selling shoes, since I'm gonna be going into it, is, you know, people with small feet need shoes. People with bigger feet need shoes. I don't want to say small shoes don't sell, but certain sizes aren't as common to sell, and they may just take a little bit longer. So when you buy a shoe that's a size 5.5, you have to have the expectation that maybe if it was a size 8 or 9, it would sell in a month. But since it's a 5.5, it may take 3 months. Let's just say that as an example. Well, for me, these shoes sat for a year, and I have them for $88 in my closet. And then I actually just finally decided, you know what? I'm gonna drop the price on these in my closet to $68. Well, you can probably imagine where this story is going, because, you know, when you drop the price of something on Posh, the low price, low ball fans come swooping in faster than you can say hurrah. So, of course, I had someone today offer me, and I took a screenshot, so I'll share it, but I had the person who bought these offer me $35 for them, and I declined, and she came back and she offered me $40. And so what I decided to do was counter offer with my lowest. My lowest was $47. The comps on these shoes run anywhere from $100 to $150 sold. Not necessarily in a 5.5, but sold. So I felt okay with wanting $47, but that was like really my bottom. I was excited that someone was interested in them. Don't get me wrong. Let me move this. This is just silly. I don't know if you've ever seen, but I have a little strawberry shortcake in here. So that was my lowest, and she actually, shockingly, came back and bought them. And I did just drop the price 30% almost from the 88, they were 68, and then selling them for 47. That was like over 40% off on them, right? So I kind of stuck with it, and I don't want to say won, but I was able to walk away with a sale that I felt confident in. So my next item. Those are all my Posh sales. I don't have a total. I'm going to put a total up like I always do. But my next item, let's talk about this. Okay, I'm going to just kind of start with very basic language about this. This item that I sold is a Burberry. It is a romper. It's a little baby jumpsuit romper. It's 3 months, long sleeve. This is called the, let me tell you the exact title of my listing. Burberry Vintage Check Playsuit Romper. And I had it in my Posh closet for $68 for 6 months. I have relisted this item. I relist all my items after 60 days. And so I relisted it, and no likes on this item. I'm not sure if you've ever experienced this, but maybe you've lucked out and you found a Burberry piece. You found a pair of Ferragamo heels, you found, I don't know, Gucci something. And when you go to list the item, a little pop-up comes up and it says, warning in case you haven't encountered it. Problem detected. So sometimes a problem detected can actually be something very basic, like we determine this is oversized, or this is potentially an item that could break in shipping. Please certify that you will ship it properly, or please certify that it meets the requirements. It can't be over 100 inches, blah, blah, blah. So the problem detected when I listed this, a children's Burberry romper, not like, you know, a fake Gucci bag or a replica Louis Vuitton bag. Literally a children's romper that has all of the tags. Problem detected. Our validation system flagged your listing as a potential replica. Okay, distracted, here's my story. I've sold over 3,500 items on Poshmark. I've never had something returned because it was inauthentic. I would think being a Posh 2 ambassador and providing details of an item, even sometimes a certificate of authenticity I have for some of these brands, you could remove that flag. So what I have determined is it's called a throttled listing. A throttled listing. So Poshmark goes, okay, cancel posting this item. This is our prohibited items policy, or certify this listing. Of course, I click certify the listing and it says you agree that this is an authentic item. And so I certify the listing and I think I've done my due diligence. I am a Posh 2 ambassador. I've never sold anything that's not authentic. And then the item just kind of sits and sits and sits. So I copy and paste my exact title. I do it with an item that I know is a little bit unique, and I search it and my listing appears in search results. But on these items that I have to certify the listing, or throttled items, the item does not appear in search results, does not come up. Literally, it is so disappointing that when you certify an item as authentic, and there are literally hundreds of thousands of replicas on Posh that show up in search results that are not real, my item didn't appear. So I use Posh Sidekick, and they have an app called Cross Listing, and they're going to be combined all into one shortly. But right now you can cross list 25 items. So I decided that I have this little batch of items that aren't appearing in search results because they're throttled by Posh. So Poshmark's screwing over sellers who are genuine and selling authentic items. And I put it on eBay through Cross Listing app. It's just a push of a button. I get 25 a month without having to pay any extra. This item sold for what I was asking, $68, which is about 30% lower than what the majority of people were asking for. It sold in 5 minutes on eBay. 5 minutes. I had it posted for 5 minutes and it sold. I had it for 6 months on Poshmark and it didn't get a like. So that is just crappy. I have gone out of my way and contacted Posh support, and I want some answers. I want to know why a Posh 2 ambassador who sold thousands of items is getting their listings throttled and they don't appear in search results. And if I get a decent answer, I will share it with you. Have you ever been so excited to find something like a Burberry playsuit romper at a place like the Bins and can't wait to make money? You go to list it on Posh, but there's a problem detected. They flagged your listing as a replica. So you click certified listing because you're a really top-notch seller. And guess what? It still doesn't appear in search results. 6 months later, no likes, throttled by Posh. So you put it on eBay and it sells in literally 5 minutes. Thanks, Posh. Okay, you've seen me ship some of these items. I'm going to pivot back to shoes. What shoes have sold in the last week? 14 pairs for $1,000. Guys, it may be from like last weekend until today. So approximately like the last week. Here we go. I sold the Grateful Dead or the Dead & Company 13-point lightning bolt chacos for $150. Okay, so that one knocked it out of the park. 5 stars on that one. Beautiful. You know, it's all, my sale has cleared, funds have cleared. We're good. I sold a pair of Dancegos clogs that I got at the bins for $20 that were stained. They were in really great structural shape, but they were suede and they just had discoloration to them, say from like dark colored jeans and just various things. So I sold those to an offer from the buyer for $20. I had them in my closet for $32. So Dancegos clogs. I sold a pair of modern AGL boots. I recently just talked about these in a ship with me video. I'll throw the picture up for $60. I sold a pair of chocolat blue slip-on shoes for $34. Pretty obscure brand. I don't know if it's a brand you'll come across, but if they look to be in good shape, it seems to be like there's a little market for them. I didn't even have them posted for a month, maybe just a couple of weeks. Another fast sell. So the Chacos, the Dancegos, the Chocolate Blues, and the Charlie Horse boots, which are Lucchese, they sold for $91. If you find Charlie Horse 1, Charlie 1 Horse, I'll show the logo. Those are made by Lucchese. Those sold for $91. Had a ton of interest in my closet. Also fair to note, they were a size 8. I sold a pair of Rothy's sandals in Sangria for $53. I had never sold Rothy's sandals before. I sold a pair of Doc Marten boots. They were called Crazy Horse leather, like a brown leather. The sole was more clear. You could see through them. They were like brand new. I sold those for $104, offered to Liker. I sold another pair of Dancegos Mary Jane clogs for $50. Just plain black ones, a little bit more old school. The strap itself on the bottom side was delambing a little bit, so I just noted that in the listing. I also sold another pair of Rothy's. They were flats, the points, and they were blush pink. They sold for $79. And then my second favorite sale, so I really have been selling some shoes for solidly $100, was those Beak Raffia slides for $125. I just picked those up last weekend on yellow tag clearance at my TJ Maxx. I got them for $22. They sold for $125. Offer from Liker. I had them posted for $168. I hit the accept button as fast as I could. I sold a pair of Fry Grace Oxfords. You saw me ship them. $65. The Dancegos Maisie's, the Mary Janes, $75. Fry Agnes Ballet Flats, $55. And the Flower Mountain sneakers for $47. So let's just talk about it for a minute. Chacos, sold 1 pair. Dancegos, 3 pairs of Dancegos. I can't tell you how many people on social media I see say, I don't pick up Dancegos. Oh, thank you for leaving them behind, because I do. I just made 20, 50, 75. Let's see. $145 in the past week selling Dancegos. I sold 2 pairs of Rothy's. So 53 and 79 to $132. And then 2 pairs of Fries, 65 and 55, $120 on Fries. So they're feeling like a pretty good fall selection, except for those couple of pairs of sandals. And that's all I have. If you've ever heard of throttled listings before, share your experience if you've ever experienced that with Poshmark. I'm trying to determine how to get a little closer to certified or to circumvent with the assistance of Poshmark, of not having these flags on my account. So I will have some of my more luxury tier items appear in search results. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you should take a little extra time when you're out thrifting to look in the shoe department and see if any fall type shoes catch your eye, and get them listed, get them posted, and hopefully you'll sell 14 pairs of shoes this week. I'll keep you posted on the shoe update. I am loving it right now. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, side note, I got a new pair of shoes. These Sambas with flowers to celebrate selling all my shoes.